Guys, Kimberly Miller here from Hug Longer Digital Designs and Hug Longer Digitizing Help. Yesterday I had promised y'all a live video on using some shortcuts, and although I did do a live video, only a handful of you got to see it and I failed to save it, which is totally okay with me because I gotta tell you what, Facebook changed some of their features on the Facebook Live. Probably they're great features, I just haven't figured them out yet. And I also talked to my friend Sheila Ryan. She is from Designs by Baby Moon. If you haven't seen her things, you need to go check it out. She has some super cute things. And she gave me a couple of hints on different ways to do some live videos with y'all as well. I'm just looking for better ways to do that. I prefer the live videos so that you can ask questions and I can answer them right away. But I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a kind of the same thing I did yesterday, but on the shortcuts, so that you can get an idea of certain shortcuts and how quick they are to use with your Stitch Artist. And let's go ahead and get Stitch Artist up here. Now let's say, here we have something I designed recently. It's Life Happens, Wine Helps. Actually, my mom asked for this, and she's never suggested a design before, so of course I made it. And I'm going to stitch it on a pillow for her. And send that to her. But for now, it's going to actually be a freebie on the last day of the 10 days of the giveaway. If you guys are not involved with that, you should check out my Facebook group, the Hug Longer Digital Designs group, and there's some information on that. Today I'm actually giving away an applique, and this is going to be given away on the very last day of the hop. Anyhow, so let's suppose we designed this, and now we thought, let's design something new. Well, we know we can go up to here, we can go File, Create, New, or all we really need to do is press Command on a Mac or Control on a PC. So press Command N, and there we have a new page. So simple, so easy. Now, saves you just a little bit of time, but I gotta tell you what, write that one down, get that Command N in your vocabulary, or Control N, depending on what you're using, and use that every time. It's quicker, it's going to save you a little bit of time. These shortcuts will all just save you a little bit of time, but it adds up. Now, let's suppose this. We want to grab, we're thinking of Valentine's Day already, so let's grab a heart from our wonderful shape library, and hopefully you know where that is. It's up toward the top. And let's give that a pretty fill. Okay, I'm on Sketchy, so let me change this. I give it about a 4 fill. You know, that's going to be good. And let's also now give it a little bit of underlay. Okay, so also it's really cute, but I'd like to put little hearts within it. I'm getting a little extra here. That's okay. Let's go in here and find our shapes. And let's put a heart inside that fill. Okay, so now if we look really close, we'll see little hearts inside there. Isn't that cute? Let's go to the color. I want to change that to a real pretty soft pink color. That tea rose is kind of pretty. Okay, that's awesome. But then I thought, you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to outline this with a satin stitch in a different color. So I'm going to go over to my Objects panel, and here I have the heart. So I'm going to click on the heart, and instead of going back up here and grabbing another one and sizing it, make sure it's right, I'm just going to hit Command or Control C for copy, Command or Control V for paste. Now you see the second one has put in here, and it has the fill. We can just go up and change it to what we would like, and let's change it to a soft purple, and there we have it. So using the Control or Command C for copy, Control or Command V, V as in victory, for paste. So there you have another quick time saver. And again, you can go here and you can go up here and you can edit, copy, and then you can edit, paste, and that's going to work as well. But it is just a little bit faster to learn those quick shortcuts. It's going to save you some time. All right, so the next one I want to talk to you about is, let's see here. I have created this design and I have my autosave off. I don't know if a lot of you do, but it just doesn't do well for me. So to save this design, I want to go Command S, and I can save it in my BEs. I put a new folder in there. Each one of these is a separate design, and it will have the different sizes in here. As you can see, and this one has the picture of it as well. So I would just go within my BE files, and I would create a new folder, and then I would, let's just call it the heart, because I'm not going to keep this, and then call it the heart. Good. So now this is saved in my file, and every other time I decide to do some work on it, so I'm going to create an arrow that's going to go through here. I got some funky lines on right now, and that's okay because I'm just making an example. So now I have this little arrow shooting through the heart, and so now I'm going to go Command Save. Now everything else doesn't come up anymore, but it just saves that again in that exact same place that you saved it the first time, so that it's going to save you time. You don't need to go up here, File, Save Working File, blah, blah, blah. It's just easier, just Command Save, Control Save, depending on Mac or PC, and your item is saved. Okay, now we all know we have these little buttons to go backwards, but the other button you can use to go backwards is Command Z or Control Z, and that will take you backwards as well, a step or two steps. You can keep going, and that one is a time saver as well. Not as much of a time saver since this is right here, but if your hands are on the keyboard, for me it does save me some time. Okay, another important one that I use a lot would be the Command P. Command P is in print. And what do I use that for? Well, I do save the PDF files when I create files so that the customer knows the stitch number and they have the colors on that PDF file. Some versions of files, such as .dst, tend to change the colors and make them all wacky. So they have at least my suggestions for colors, although I feel that you should use whatever colors you'd want. So once I bring up the Command P page, you can see you can you have a PDF option to save it as a PDF. If you're working on a PC, it's going to be a little different. This is a Mac. Or you can choose a printer and print it on a printer as well if you'd like to have that printed out for size, if it's an applique or just, you know, general look on a piece of attire. But I go down to the PDF and I save it as a PDF, and that way the customer does have the stitch count, the size, and the colors that I do suggest. Okay, let's go over Command W. Now here we have our nice little file, and we did Command Save it, Control Save it, and now let's say we're done with it for the day. Okay, Command W. Goodbye, it's gone now. It's closed down, it's in our files. Nicely put to bed. So Command W, I like to remember this one by saying I waved it goodbye. So Command W is to close a file. And now let's say it's the next morning, I get up and I want to work on that file a little bit more. I'm going to go in and I'm going to push Command O. And there's my Command O. It may not always be right there for you. This is the last thing I did, so there it is. I'm going to my heart and I have it opened. So there you have it. We went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shortcuts. If you want to really get some time savings, write those down. Write down the Command C for copy, Command V for paste, Command N for new page, Command S for save, Command Z for undo a step, Command P for print, Command W to close down the file, and Command O to open a new file. And once again, that's Command on a Mac and it's Control, but the same buttons on a PC. I hope that saves you a little bit of time as you go through your digitizing. Write those down and practice, practice, practice. There's more shortcuts to learn. Get those under your learning curve first, and we'll do some more at another time. Hey, thanks for listening, and you can join me here for other helpful hints. You can go ahead and ask questions here about shortcuts on this post, or you can make your own post and ask other questions as well. I also do digitizing lessons. If you're interested, there's some information on the page, but you can feel free to write me on the page or PM me if you would like as well. Have a great day.